Published 0414 EDT, the 3rd of September 2017. Updated 0535 EDT, the 3rd of September 2017. This is the moment a bare-chested holidaymaker reacted furiously to being drenched with seawater after falling asleep on a dinghy used as a water taxi for celebrity millionaires. The well-built tourist looked unsteady on his feet at first as he finally came around when he had a fourth bucket of seawater thrown over his face after attempts to wake him by rocking and slamming the side of the boat proved unsuccessful. He was filmed crashing unceremoniously into the Mediterranean near a beach in Formentera, Spain, as he made a comical attempt to body slam the man who had soaked him. Rude awakening. The bare-chested holidaymaker reacted furiously to being woken up by having a bucket of water thrown over him. Pictured. The angry sunbather remonstrates with the man who woke him up. Pictured. He had been enjoying an afternoon nap in a boat. In bizarre scenes, the man leaps out of the boat. Pictured. But his intended victim moves out of the way, leaving the attacker to flop harmlessly into the sea, but he soon recovered and chased him towards the shoreline as the local tried to beat a hasty retreat and colleagues ran over to dissuade the tourist from using violence. At one point in the surreal sequence of events, the unidentified holidaymaker gets into a punch-up with one of the men who woke him from his siesta before making an incoherent growling noise and exposing himself to beach workers attempting to stop the rumpus. A split second later he turns round and tries to strangle the target of his anger, who responds by throwing a punch at him before they square up like amateur boxers after splashing around as they grapple in the sea. One stunned onlooker can be heard giggling in Spanish and telling her husband, called Pepe, "Come over here, Pepe, you're missing everything." The holidaymaker, who doesn't appear to be a native English speaker but obviously has a good command of all the right rude words, responds to a warning police have been called after an uneasy truce in the violence by yelling "F you mother, F you," and then "F the police." The astonishing scenes happened at SE's Elites Beach on the island of Formentera, near the spot where Cristiano Ronaldo's yacht was boarded by armed customs agents in July as part of a routine inspection. The aggressor ends up getting wet after misjudging his attack. Pictured. He then attempts to stand up but loses his footing and falls back into the sea. His attention then turns to another man who had been trying to calm him down. He bizarrely turns to onlookers on the beach and starts shouting and making strange gestures. The Zodiac boat the tourist decided to use to get some shut-eye belongs to a restaurant popular with the rich and famous, who get as close as they can to Formentera on their yachts before using the dinghy as a water taxi to get ashore for lunch. It is thought to have been used by the likes of Hollywood actor Leo DiCaprio. It was not immediately clear when the footage was shot, but the fact the beach was packed at the time appeared to indicate the angry holidaymaker, who was wearing just a pair of blue swimming shorts, had probably been enjoying a siesta after a heavy lunch rather than having a full night's sleep brought to a premature end as the sun rose. One onlooker, assuming the tourist had washed down whatever he ate with large amounts of alcohol, could be overheard saying they want to get him out of the boat but he's drunk. Another scuffle ensues. Pictured. But the angry holidaymaker ends up receiving a punch to the face. The situation is eventually calmed down, but not before the man in the blue shorts can be seen shouting "F off" at people on the beach.